Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome back to Let's Play Jurassic Park the game. This is episode 7. Last time, a variety of unfortunate things happened. Our mercenaries got onto the trail of the Hardings and Nima, and Nima marched them through the jungle to a unfinished ride, the Bone Shaker, which we ended up riding and getting attacked by Parasaurolophus. Then the mercenaries finally caught up, and they're all together now. Now we just need to get back to the helicopter, and that's the end of the game. Or at least the end of episode 2.
So what did you call those things that were chasing you? Hairy sauruses?
Parasaurolophus from the Triassic era. Now that we've bred them, we can easily classify them as early theropod.
Oh, yeah, early theropod. That's exactly what I've been saying all these years. Right, Oscar?
Where's Danny?
D-Caf!
I think that's the only time D-Caf ever actually gets a name.
You take the chopper. I'll check the perimeter. Stay put.
HU-121, eh? I haven't seen one of these in a while.
And these two have some sort of connection.
Boy, your pilot's a real slob.
Keep your mouth shut. Don't even think about it. Danny's, and it's jammed.
A testament once again to the
Oscar!
capabilities of these mercenaries.
I don't
They
like
just
what's going on
left
here, man.
their helicopter
D-Caf's
pilot
gun's
behind.
jammed, there's a blood trail over there, and he never leaves his helmet on the ground. Never.
D-Caf is MIA.
MIA. MIA? No way, man. He was supposed to stay with the chopper. He's gotta be around here somewhere.
Billy, you feel that?
We've already lost Bravo team, and
Billy!
Helicopter pilots already have terrible
We're not leaving
survivability
without
as it
D-Caf.
is.
I mean, we agree, right? Oh man, I will not let you turn this into Nicaragua all over again.
At ease! We've got a situation here.
It doesn't even make sense. Do we even have ranks?
Inside the chopper, now.
I'm not sure compies would run away from a T-Rex. I'm pretty sure they're small enough to be pretty much ignored.
Oscar, I've got no power.
I'm on it.
Alright, so it seems D-Caf never got around to fixing the helicopter. So we just gotta jam these batteries in and see which one's the right one. Before we get eaten.
Did you see that, Oscar? I don't like when that happens. Pick up the pace.
No, wait, we gotta, oh shit. I always forget. Don't hit escape. That doesn't cancel, it just brings you back to the menu. We gotta make sure that this is the right one.
Try it now.
That battery's not responding. Try another one.
Look, we gotta get out of here! Now!
I know. I'm working on it.
It's nice of the T-Rex to stop every couple steps and wait for us to make some progress. I'm actually not 100% sure if you can fail this by taking too long. Oh shit, I already forgot which one I used. I hope it wasn't the middle one. There was actually a footprint there, that's probably what killed D-Caf. Sorry, disappeared him.
Try it now.
If you got another battery, try it.
Sure, we got all the time in the world. So I don't remember if I used the left one or the right one. So let's just use the left one. I think that's the first one I tried, but, you know. We got some time.
Try it now.
Oh, I don't even have the option to press the other thing this time.
Woo, we got power.
I don't think you can actually get that right the first time either. I think it's always the last one you use.
Here we go.
Alright, you gotta focus. Focus.
There's nobody here.
I'm trying.
Thankfully, the T-Rex headbutting helicopter was less effective than the Pteranodon, jump kicking it out of the sky. Rex is just like, show them a lesson. Of course, we can't actually leave yet, as there are still 2 more people on the island that we haven't rescued.
You're a good little thief. You know how to open handcuffs?
Also, they wouldn't be able to hear each other in a helicopter.
So who's left?
None of them are wearing
Dr.
the
Sorkin and her
headsets.
assistant. Then we get the hell out of here.
What about D-Caf?
D-Caf's dead.
All you would hear is engine noise.
I like your tattoos.
Why don't you tell her what your tattoos mean?
What do they mean?
Gravestones are for the people who died beside him. The skulls are for the people who died because of him. Tell her, where you gonna put D-Caf's tombstone? You running out of room.
What did you say?
See, he can't hear her.
Come on. It's been a long day and everyone's just a little tense. Let's keep it together, guys.
I'm not afraid of you two.
Me? Yeah, well, I'm more of a lover than a fighter. But Oscar... Listen, don't do this. Oscar gets a little... Look, there was this time in Bogota. These men were razzing him, getting in the way, and then they weren't. Know what I mean?
Don't be fooled. You're in the company of killers. You're no safer than you were in the jungle.
Company of killers. Oh, that's got a nice ring to it. Yeah, it could be a hit single. Yeah, you're in the company of killers. Yeah!
You need further proof that these men are crazy? This is what they do. They hurt people, and then they joke about it.
I think she's missing the part where they're getting paid to make sure that nothing happens to these 2.
Speaking of jokes, Oscar, tell the one about the priest, the stripper, and the bucket of frogs.
Pay attention! This is how men act when they lack the courage to face themselves.
No, I like to look at myself. I mean, check out this gorgeous face. Who wouldn't?
I'm surprised you can see at all with your head stuck up your...
That's enough.
Oh, boy.
What are you gonna do, kill me? You did that to me once already.
You're crazy.
I'm thinking of getting a butterfly tattoo. On my
I'm
ankle.
gonna carve the names of the people you killed into those skulls of yours.
Quiet.
Then we'll see
Hey,
how proud you
Listen,
are of them.
there's still more people who need our help. Whatever your issues are, you can work them out when we get to the mainland. And no, you cannot get a tattoo.
I like that Nima is trying to, like, get them to sort out their differences and agree with her, even though she's, marching them through the jungle at gunpoint. Also, weird little point, I was recording these by scenarios instead of using the save system, because the save system's kind of shitty. And that whole bit with the helicopter and the T-Rex is not even in the
Dr.
scenario
Harding.
selection.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. After we lost contact, I was worried something had happened to you.
We have had quite a day, Dr. Sorkin.
I'll bet. Systems are down all over the damn park. Dinosaurs are running free. Ugh, bring the kids, fun for all. Hey, don't worry, kid. We're fairly geographically cut off from the rest of the island out here. Nothing but herbivores around these parts. What's going on here?
Well, I mean, the
There
helicopter
were
didn't
some-
fly itself.
Complications.
Who are you?
Pleased to meet you, Dr. Sorkin. InGen hired us to get everyone off this island. I'm Billy Yoder, and this is...
Look, let's just get this out of the way. I'm not going anywhere. This part of the island is pretty remote and is a long way from the predators. I'm perfectly safe, and I don't need saving.
That's not a good idea, ma'am.
But, since you're here, what you can do is start loading the stacks of bureaucratic InGen paperwork that's taking up valuable space. They were supposed to have sent for that stuff months ago.
Listen, lady. We don't have time for this. You either get in the helicopter peacefully, or I will personally knock you out, put you in cuffs, and throw you in!
You lay one hand on me and I will have you so ass-deep in litigation that you'll be reading legal text for a decade.
Yeah, you know what? If it'll help us get off this island faster, we'll move your boxes. Where are they?
Over there at the loading dock.
You heard the lady.
Hey, can I help?
Sure, why the hell not?
Well, geez, don't be so excited about it.
Yeah, you're right. This is a big deal. I should be throwing a box-moving party.
Thanks for coming to rescue us.
It's what I do.
That and moving people's stuff around.
I could use a few good marks in my employee file. It's been a rough year.
I just noticed her
I
sweet
know, right? I almost got suspended
Freddy
for skipping
Krueger
class
themed
too
shirt
much.
there.
Mom would have killed me.
Well, we all got problems.
Skipping class, killing people, whatever. Same thing.
Are you serious?
What? I'm taking a break.
Good idea. Don't want you to strain yourself.
So what's the deal? Why didn't you tell Dr. Sorkin why it's so important to get off this island?
Trust me, if we bully that one, she's gonna cause problems.
So what do we do?
Simple. Charm her. Look, all I need to do is get some information on this woman. Dig into her past. Find out what makes her tick. I'm sure if I say enough of the right things, she'll practically think getting off the island was her idea in the first place.
Hey, can I bum one of those? Okay.
And of course, because this game, like most Jurassic Park games, uses the weird mixed movie and book canon together, you probably know, if you've read the book, why they want people off this island, and why it's not a good idea to be here in about 24 hours.
Ugh, it smells like a barrel of wet dog hair.
I know, right? I don't get why dinosaurs eat that stuff.
I'm not moving these things. They look like they weigh a ton.
I think Dr. Sorkin said we're only supposed to move file boxes.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. So, who feels like carrying these boxes back to the helicopter? Me neither. Hey, Oscar, was there any dirt on Dr. Sorkin in the mission briefing? If I'm gonna have to use the old Yoder charm, I'll need some intel.
Big-time protester in the 70s, lots of animal rights crap. Handful of arrests for it. All of her InGen-related history is classified. Said to expect her to be a pain in the ass.
It said that?
Between the lines.
Are you gonna do any work around here? What, are we union now? So, Sorkin.
Hippie type. Got arrested a bunch protesting for animal rights.
How the hell does Dr. Sorkin think we're gonna load all this crap into the chopper?
Dunno, but you better do it if you want to get on the good side.
Okay. Well, thanks. You've been a great help.
Let's see what Jerry and Sorkin are up
Wait
to.
here. I'm gonna go talk to Sorkin.
What should I do?
You wanna help? See if you can dig up anything interesting on our friend Dr. Sorkin in those file boxes.
Cool.
I can't tell you how many times I tried convincing him. The park should be a nature preserve. No theme park attractions, no cages. Hammond never really cared about the marvels I created for him. It's always been about the money.
How did you know to treat her with a tranquilizer?
Unfortunately, this isn't the first time I've encountered this. The toxins are derived from the bacteria in its bite, like the Komodo dragon. This dinosaur hunts by biting its victim, then stalking it as it waits for it to die. It's much safer for them than a direct confrontation.
I won't actually tell you what it is
What kind of
because that's a
dinosaur has
secret.
a bite like that?
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. So it still hurts?
Yes, it still hurts.
You know, Doc, I saw some bites like that on one of my men back at the visitor center.
Mr.
Call me Billy.
Mr. Yoder, would you please tend to the InGen files like we discussed?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, you know who our prisoner is? Because no one else seems to.
Well, I've never seen her on the island before. I don't recognize her as someone who works for InGen. But I don't know everyone, so it's possible.
I'm assuming she probably doesn't know anyone if she's been stuck out at this lab for however many months.
Hey, Doc, you got a pharmacy inside? It's gonna be a long flight back if we don't get this prisoner either elated or sedated.
She seems harmless enough now, and she's adequately secured. Are you afraid she's gonna beat you up?
Well, I do have a history of women wanting to get their hands on me.
Would you mind if I...
Well,
took a
clearly,
look at your
she's
room?
not going to come with us
Yeah, why
yet.
not?
We're going to
I've
need
tried
some more
talking
dirt
to
on
Dr.
Sorkin. Did you make yourself useful yet, kid?
So, what'd you find out?
Looks like Dr. Sorkin wanted to turn this place into a dinosaur preserve instead of an amusement park.
And InGen didn't go for it, huh?
Why would they? There's no money in that.
So Dr. Sorkin has a weakness for preserving wildlife. Good to know. Oh, that's a lot of rejected dino preserve proposals.
Yep.
I gotta hand it to the lady. She don't give up easy.
That's literally all that's in the box, is just her sending files to them like, please turn this into a preserve.
I mean, I knew Hammond was no real scientist, but someone should have seen this coming.
Decide. What about our patient?
I mean, was Hammond ever supposed to be a scientist?
Tried to convince her to go with
And
the
not
rescue
just,
team,
you know,
but she refused.
Well, I can't
what do you
say
even
I
call
blame her,
someone
but
who
still,
makes theme
you're
parks
lucky
and
you weren't eaten
convinces
alive.
investors it's a good
She
idea,
knows the island too.
other than a shyster?
For that.
I hate to interrupt, ma'am, but I really think we need to be going.
I'm afraid I can't, Mr. Yoder. Someone needs to tend to the dinosaurs during this disaster.
I'm sorry, Dr. Sorkin, but InGen wants all survivors back on the mainland as soon as possible. No exceptions.
Why can't it wait?
Wouldn't this place be better off as some kind of dinosaur preserve? I mean, it's kind of stupid to treat these creatures like they're in some kind of circus, right?
Huh. You have a point.
Like that
But
Nima's
as
just
long
kind
as
of
John
randomly
Hammond
nodding.
is in charge, the animals are going to need me here to ensure that they're treated with respect.
Unlike you, that's why I keep turning my back on you.
Someone needs to speak to the board about protecting these dinosaurs. You believe in animal rights, don't you? Wouldn't you put your neck on the line for them?
Well, obviously that's true. But as long as John Hammond is in charge, the animals are going to need me here to ensure that they're treated with respect.
Listen, Hammond really made a mess of this place. You have no idea. There's no hiding his incompetence after this disaster.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Yoder. But none of this matters if the board of directors...
I'm not supposed to say this, but I heard the board is going to hold an emergency meeting about, new leadership. If you were there, you could act as a witness to the events that took place here. They'd have to listen to you.
That's true. I hate to admit it, Mr. Yoder, but perhaps you're right.
And our orders also mention an assistant?
David. Yes. I'm afraid David won't be coming back with us. He told him to stay away from the quarantine.
Dr.
hence-
Sorkin, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Now, before we go, I have some work in the lab that must be completed first.
Unfortunately,
Dr.
my
Harding,
assistant died off
Perhaps
screen.
you and your daughter would like to assist me. I've been working on a cure for one of our dinosaurs' nastier genetic disorders.
Oh? Which one?
It's dietary. Right up your alley.
He didn't even get any screen time except for sort of being off to the side
Dr.
when you saw her
Harding,
on the
we've done it.
computer.
And what exactly have we done?
Reverse the lysine contingency, of course.
Wait, what?
What's that?
InGen, Henry Wu, added a gene to the dinosaurs that makes them dependent on supplements of an amino acid called lysine. Without their weekly doses, they'll all die
You
off.
cannot give that to the dinosaurs. They need to be contained. If any of them get off the island,
Okay, listen. I've been working with the Parasaur's behavioral program for months now. If I go back to the mainland to fight for this place, they'll all be dead before I can get back, along with all of my research.
Parasaurs?
Parasaurolophus. They're herbivores, generally safe.
Let me give the solution to them to see if it even works.
How many are we talking about?
Why don't you come out with me? See how much progress we've made with them.
Henry, Dad?
Fine. We'll go.
Cool.
I'm glad to finally have you out here, Dr. Harding, despite the circumstances. We've been doing some very interesting work with our parasaurs, behavioral communication experiments.
You've interpreted their calls.
Some of them. and I plan to use that to get them out of the pen.
Out?
Well, I'm not going to treat their water with them still in there.
How do we know there aren't any bad dinosaurs around?
Well, believe it or not, the dinosaurs told me. See that one? She's the lookout. She'll stand guard while the others graze. If there were any predators in the vicinity, she'd be nervous and emitting a danger call. But she's not. She's calm. Jerry, you can activate the speakers from there. Jess and I will set the various parasaur sounds that play through them.
Dad, it's okay. I mean, it's safe, right?
The parasaurs will warn us of trouble before it gets close.
Stay with Dr. Sorkin.
This whole bit here with the parasaurs is kind of neat because they don't really go into, behavioral stuff with Jurassic Park much. There's little bits and pieces here like the Stegosaurus at the beginning of Lost World and the Raptor pack in Jurassic World. So basically we have a little bit of a puzzle here. We gotta treat their water, get them out, get them back in.
Okay, let's move some dinos.
We can't just shoo the animals out, but we should be able to manipulate them into moving using their own sounds.
Cool.
These speakers on the west side of the pen can be set to play a parasaur food call that will attract the hungry dinos. The speakers on the east control the mating sounds that will attract the more, amorous dinosaur.
What about the big set of speakers in the middle of the pen?
Ah, those emit the danger call. The parasaurs will instinctively move away from it.
So basically we can herd the dinosaurs out of this pen using the speakers and their sounds.
Yes, thankfully this is much easier than trying to herd parasaurs using a helicopter. Since all we have to do is push them around using a couple sounds. Alright, so I wasn't actually paying attention to her explanation. I kind of forget, but it's right here. There's food calls, those calls, and the middle one is danger calls. So we want them on the left side of the pen.
How do I turn on the speakers?
I'll have to tell your dad to do it when we're ready.
Alright, now switch over to... Well, not switch over, just tell him to do it.
Dr. Harding?
Yeah?
I need you to activate the east side speakers, please.
East side. Okay.
So, what happened to your assistant?
Let's not talk about that right now.
Well, did you work with him long?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Listen, he was a wonderful young man. And I am sad. I really am. But if I let that stop my work, then all these animals will die too, trapped behind the walls that we built. You understand?
Look, animal deaths are more important than human deaths. Especially when they're animals that don't even really exist. Alright, so turn on the
Dr.
other
Harding?
ones.
Yeah?
The west... Wait, did I say west or east?
West side speakers, please.
So I heard you were like a hippie protester or something in the 70s.
Where'd you hear that?
From Yoder.
From digging through your files,
The
I mean...
70s were a tumultuous time. I fought for what I believed in, and sometimes it gets you arrested.
You were arrested? And you still got a job as a, scientist?
Paleogeneticist. And yes, youth is the time to be reckless and test your boundaries. It's how you learn what's important to you.
I'm not sure if that's a real job. It could very well be. There is some real granularity to some science, but Paleogenesis sounds kind of like something that you would do as part of your job rather than your whole job. Then again, there isn't really a market for bringing dinosaurs back from the dead yet, so, maybe that'll be more of a specialty when that would ever happen. Alright, so we did that. Now we just need
Dr.
to
Harding?
hit the
Yeah?
danger speakers to get them to go out the door.
Activate the danger speakers.
Danger zone. They don't seem very concerned.
They're out.
They're like,
Good job,
whatever.
Jess.
Finally. Go forth and multiply.
You're pretty good at this. Maybe you'll be a behavioral scientist someday.
Maybe I will.
You mean paleogeneticist?
Aww.
Ah, this is why she was elected to be the lookout. What's wrong with her foot?
It's a broken toe. Feel free to have a look. I just have to do one more thing, and then we can leave.
The lysine.
If the dinosaurs are to have a fighting chance, they'll need this solution to survive.
I'm still not sure.
Jerry, this is my life's work. These are basically my children. I'm not going to let these creatures die because some bureaucrat can't stand losing control. They deserve their own lives.
Jess,
Dr. Sorkin?
Laura.
Laura, what's lysine?
InGen, Henry Wu, added a gene to the dinosaurs that makes them dependent on supplements of an amino acid called lysine. Without their weekly doses, they'll all die off.
Don't tell my dad, but I got a D in chemistry.
Then today should be very educational. The solution we were creating at the lab will reverse this scenario, allowing the animals to live out their natural lifespan. We just need to get it into the main water supply.
Okay, that should be easy, right?
This is a big responsibility, Jess.
I can handle it, Dr. Sorkin. I mean Laura.
Okay, Jess, let's get started.
I'm telling you, man, almost made me swear off Chinese food forever.
Yeah, right. I've never seen you refuse an egg roll. Ever.
I said almost. Besides, my date was hot. You remember the girl with the blonde hair, red scarf, what was her name?
I don't keep track.
Oh, you remember her. She was the one that was wearing the... Hold on. You hear that? Go, go, go!
Nobody told me that Nima knows how to fly a helicopter.
Oscar!
So after that fairly slow bit, we have to end off the episode 2, on a
Shut
more
this
actiony
chopper
bit.
down right now, or I swear I will shoot you.
Oh, that's real smart!
If I'm going down, you're going down with me, sweetheart.
Billy!
Oscar, get over here. I'll pull you in. Come on, man. That's it. Come on. One more.
Billy!
Gotta focus. She's like, well, that's not working.
Tell that woman she's dead when I get in there!
Come on, Oscar. Put those giant friggin' arms to work. Get in here. You're one stubborn son of a... Hey! What the hell?
No problem! You got this!
Land this thing! Now!
Not gonna happen!
Whatever did happen to her machete? She probably dropped it, I guess, when she was running away. It's weird because, like, here we're quick timing for both characters or something.
We good?
No. Not so good.
Wow, she's just got a really strong throwing arm. And we're just coming up onto the end here.
Lysine is now officially a part of this nutritionally balanced dino breakfast.
No,
Excellent.
it's not part of the...
Now I just need to
'Cause
get this
they're-
water into the main supply and we'll be done.
They're not dependent on lysine anymore. Jess, this is why you failed chemistry.
That's it, Jess. We did it. Jess, come up here. I want you to see this.
I don't remember if
This
they
is how
mentioned
nature intended these animals to
in
exist.
Jurassic World if they have
Wow.
a lysine
With all the
contingency
running away
there.
I've been doing, I haven't had time to really appreciate them.
Especially since they do actually have an aviary where things could escape and fly to the
Girl,
mainland.
take it easy.
What's wrong with that one?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Raptors.
Yeah! Jerry, run!
So, this is a really hard QT for me. You do not have a lot of time here. Let's see if I can do better than bronze.
Behind you! And run!
Thing is, you can fuck up a lot of these, but there's not a lot of fatal parts. Like, a lot of it's just I'm missing the second prompt because it gives me like 3 seconds to do it. But like you can see, it doesn't even matter if you miss a bunch of these prompts. Because they don't even change what happens. Shouldn't those fences have been back on?
Hurry, Jerry!
The lights were on and everything.
Go left!
Okay.
Hurry!
I went left.
Look out!
Oh, you're the worst daughter ever. Maybe she meant her left.
Oh my god, Dad, that was awesome! How'd you do that?
Guess the old man still has a few good moves, huh?
You are lucky to be alive, Jerry. I've never seen anyone outrun a velociraptor before.
No, seriously,
Where
that
did
didn't make
they
any
come
sense.
from? What are they doing out here?
Must have escaped from the quarantine pen somehow.
Also, yeah, there shouldn't be any
Raptors are highly
velociraptors.
intelligent. They'll find a way up here if we give them enough time.
Yes! It's Yoder!
Because the whole pack from the movie died,
We're down here!
They're here!
and they were supposed to be the only velociraptors on the island. And there's our dramatic cliffhanger for the end of episode 2. So episode 2 wasn't, you know, the worst. That goes to episode 3, which I remember being pretty awful overall. Which is a shame, because there's actually some neat stuff in episode 4. The one, like, kind of set piece I remember being my favorite from this doesn't come up until near the end. But, yeah, that's episode 2. We got introduced to our second set of characters who are kind of not awful characters, but awful within the setting, in that InGen's just like, yeah, let's just hire some random mercenaries. I don't know. They'll be fine. We can't afford the military or, you know, anything like that, because that might get us in trouble. Anyhow, that's the end of that, so... Oh, right. I forgot we can't skip the credits. We have to sit here and wait for them to end, and then we'll take a look at Sorkin's journal, a couple more entries regarding what happened in this episode, including why there is an extra pack of velociraptors around. So last time we looked at the journal, it was about the Parasaur. We have 3 more entries relevant to what we've seen in episode 2. There are the quarantine pens, which is where she mentioned Billy went before... Not Billy, sorry. Maybe it was Billy, her assistant. I already forget if he has the same name. But basically, this explains that there was a second set of raptors, but they were stuck in the quarantine pen. And and she mentions a brood she's been raising. I'm assuming doesn't mean to sound like she's raising a brood of velociraptors, as she's actually talking about something else, but yeah. Which I think is relevant to this whole euthanizing an entire species thing, hinting up towards what she's actually talking about, which we'll find out more about in episode 3. There's the Parasaurolophus, which oddly does not have any of the, oh no, sorry, it was David, not Billy. Does not have any of the wah 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 Henry Wu frog DNA, as I guess the depiction of the Parasaurolophus here is pretty accurate to current scientific knowledge at the time. I will say that whole bit with the Parasaurolophus makes me wish that ARK had more pronounced herding behavior for herbivores and stuff, instead of just random groups which will sometimes defend each other if they're close enough and you attack one. And then our final entry is the Velociraptor, which, hey, what do you know? More frog DNA, because it's not actually the right size. And of course the mention now of Utah Raptor, which is kind of the real-world equivalent to the depiction of the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park. I actually think the Utah Raptor is supposed to be a little bigger than the Velociraptors were. But yeah, basically she's saying, oh, they're so big, frog DNA. Which, again, is kind of a silly way to lampshade that. At least the fact that she mentions it so often. Alright, so that's episode 7. I've been Shadefire, and I'll see you all again next time with the beginning of episode 3. Take a little sneak peek here. Spoilers, there will be more Velociraptors. Well, actually not more Velociraptors, the same Velociraptors. We'll be seeing them again. Anyhow, you folks all take care.